Yo, what's up, everyone? It's me, Matt from Diazable, coming at you with another album review. And today we're going all the way back to Asia again with our next album review with the band Loyal to the Grave with their album Against the Odds. Now, a little background on this band is they've been around since about like 1998 because they were a side project of another band called Statecraft, and they've been consistently playing shows and putting out music throughout their like 20 plus years of playing in Japan. They've toured America. I don't think they've been to Europe or anything, but they are a strong staple in the Japanese hardcore scene. One of the forerunners for the Bloodaxe festival that they put on every year and everything. With their lead singer Koba, he's putting in a lot of work for the Japanese hardcore. So thank you, Koba, for that and everything you do. Now let's break down this album from Loyal to the Grave. The first song on here is the intro. It's short, clean, and heavy. The bass is very clear and you can hear it nice. Guitars are tuned down stupid low and everything and just sound really heavy. Drums are hitting really hard. This is a great example of what an intro should be. A short taste of what to expect for this album. Nothing too more, nothing too less. This is a perfect intro, I think.
Even when you're gone, I'll tell them my religion's you. When punctures
Overflowed. Vocals are perfectly balanced on top of the instruments. It's really mixed well. I will say the vocals are a little tweaked in terms, I think there is some, I won't say autotune, but there are some effects on his vocals, but it makes it sound really solid and clear and everything. The riffs are hella solid and groovy. Bass is very thick, very prominent. Drumming, very tight, very precise here. Then as the song progresses, they have really good transitions. Like one transition goes into like a slick two-step part and everything. Nice, clean progression and everything. And then the guitar tuning is very, very dirty and just fits very well with the overall feel of this song. And then at the end, there's a big ass breakdown that's really good, but then they like go slow and then like bring it back and forth and make it even bigger and bolder at the end of the song. So here's a little clip of Overflowed. Those gang vocals sound so good and everything. Nice palm muted guitars here. This is peak early 2010s metalcore. They've got it down to a science and it's good. Gang vocals are layered very well. The breakdown really hits on this song, and then the pacing is very, very good throughout the song. And then Vincent from the Acacia Strand is featured on this song, and he just fits so perfectly in this song. It's very slick, very nice. They got a good feature here and everything. And I would say the breakdown at the end of the song is probably one of the slickest and heaviest breakdowns I've ever heard. Keep an Eye On. Starts off with a very up-tempo hardcore style to it, and then they slow it down with some tight drumming. Guitars and drums are so in sync on this song. It's crazy. They're just so in line with one another. Then they have some nice smooth two-steps in this song and some decent breakdowns. The transitions in between these breakdowns and two-steps are really clean. They're just firing all up in here. They're just going at it. There's a great atmosphere built in here. And then like right before the breakdown, there's some like guns firing and everything. It's just like, whoa, like you're getting ready for something epic to come. And then that breakdown. I thought the last breakdown was heavy, but man, they just keep outdoing themselves with the breakdowns. So here's a little clip of Keep an Eye On. Very nice. Ooh. Surroundings, groovy guitars and punchy drums fill this song. And then as the song progresses along, the mid-song like chugs and everything from the guitars are very clean. Like they're well played and everything. And as the song goes along, there's some really diverse guitar playing and scaling here. Very intricate playing. The drums are switched up here and there. They do a lot of different drum patterns and everything. And like they go from like playing really fast to slow, fast to stopping. And it's pretty interesting how they do what they do. And as I was listening to this song, it made me just think, oh, Loyal to the Grave is just Japanese recon. Like they sound very similar. Self-raised, self-made. Lyrics are really good here. And the vocals, like they're going back and forth, and with the backing vocals here sound really good. It's a bit of a slower song and kind of more condensed in terms of what they're playing and doing. They're using that bass drop again during the breakdown and everything. Sounds cool and everything, but does sound a little similar with the last song. So we're getting some repetition here a bit. But overall, there is some variation in terms of playing and everything. Just the breakdown is kind of similar, but overall, it's a well-made song. Never Take Us Down. They have a lot of interesting drum work here, especially the use of the tom heads. They're using the tom heads more often on this song than the other songs. The riffs, very solid. And then there's some nice two-step with some gang vocals in this track. Really good and everything. Then they bring in some double bass, which plays out pretty well. And they're using more cymbals here and everything, and they're hitting pretty hard. And then the guest vocalist Carl like slowly kind of creeps on in and everything. And his performance is kind of nothing too great or anything. I just kind of wish they used him more. And the breakdown is pretty interesting from what I could tell. The Path. The first thing I noticed here was the drums. They seemed a bit lacking, like they're not as interesting as before. The riffs are continuously solid and sound really good and nice. And then still they're doing some good, interesting guitar scaling and patterns and whatnot, and using different chords and whatnot, so it's good. Breakdown is starting to get a little bit repetitive here, so I would say this song's a bit like, threw away. It's a solid hardcore song, I'll give him that. Everything sounds good. Production-wise, vocals sound very healthy. But I will say it feels like the other songs a bit, like there's a little bit of a repetition here and same like tempo changes and nothing too amazing here. Even the breakdown, kind of similar and everything. So this might be the first song on here where it's kind of like, it's kind of mid. So, here's a little clip of Throwaway. Yee. Okay, it's got some groove to it. No more imitations. The guitars here are really crunchy on this song, and then the vocals with the backing vocals add a lot of flair to this song. It's overall a short and groovy song that keeps your attention for the most part and everything. And I want to say the drums are very simple, but they're being played really tight here. So overall, it's a solid song. Weakness. This is the closing song to this album, and I want to say it's pretty big and bold and like epic what they're trying to do here in terms of like trying to be harder and faster on this track, especially with the drums doing more work here and just playing like crazy. And then the guitars are chuggier and slower here, not as fast, but the drums are really taking it. And Koba and his vocals and everything are really stepping it up towards the end of this album and everything. And then they really build it up towards the end of the song and everything, and just really hammer it down, bring it down to close out the album. So Weakness, it's a good closer of the song for this album. So those are my thoughts on this album from Loyal to the Grave, Against the Odds. And let me just say, I think they capture that mid 2010s metalcore sound really well with like the huge mosh parts, the large breakdowns, heavy two-step and everything, like that peak Amir, First Blood, Recon, all that stuff, kind of those kind of bands, that heaviness. And they do it really well here. I think they just at that right time, right place, and recorded this album because they take all the great elements and have put out a great album here. The vocals are very large and like in charge, you could say. They command very deeply. The bass is really thick. Guitars are really crunchy and really tuned down low. The drums keep a really good pace for this album and everything, and keep everything going and flowing very well with how tight they're playing, because it's only a 30-minute album, but it goes by pretty quick because there's not too much even when there is a little bit of repetition, it's very small and you don't really notice it because they just play so well and so hard. And I would say probably the most incredible thing on here is the drums, keeping the pace and everything, and using all the diverse parts of the drums, the tom heads, the cymbals, and their stuff. They're not just simple drum patterns. He's really putting in work here, and the production sounds really great, really crisp. It's going on plus like what, more than 10 years now, and these songs sound just like they came out. If they came out, they sound like they just came out with how clean the production sounds. Ugh, that was really difficult. So I would say this album is a very solid 9 out of 10. Yeah. So check out the band Loyal to the Grave. They don't have too many followers on Spotify or their stuff online. It's kind of hard to find, but they're worth the find. Like you want something new and that's not from America or from your country and want something different, check out Loyal to the Grave. They won't disappoint you. Check out this video I have right here. I'm Matt from Diazable. Thanks for coming on by, and I will see you later. Yay!